How's it going, everybody? Rybrad here today, and we are back with our Buffalo Sabres franchise mode, and at the end of year number 1, we have made the playoffs, and we'll be taking on the Florida Panthers. But before I start that, thank you guys so much for all the love and support. I just looked at my channel growth, and it's almost to 1,600. We're on the goal, 2020. I want to get 2,000 subscribers. That may be a big goal, but, we got a long year ahead of us, and who knows what could happen. But if we can get to 2,000 subscribers, that would be fantastic. So make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Also, I want to say I have a Discord channel. If you guys want to get in touch with me directly, ask me any questions about Chell, FIFA, anything even in the world, the NHL, Discord link is in the channel. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The Florida Panthers are our opponent. We are the away team in this series. And let's go ahead and check out their lines, and then I'll remind you guys of what we are rocking. So Florida's lines are going to look like this. They've got Huberdeau, Barkov, Hoffman. That tandem of Huberdeau and Barkov is pretty sick. That is a great one, too. How'd they do during the regular season? Huberdeau with 89 points, Barkov with 85. So, yeah, very, very good season. Hoffman, he's really good. Maybe not first line. He says he is. He's not, in my opinion. I'd like to have somebody like, Dadonov, unless they figured out that chemistry. Dadonov works better on the second line. But that is pretty deep. They got 5 players there at 85 minimum. Then they've got Brett Connolly, who does seem to be a weak link, but their center depth seems to be pretty fine with Mulligan and Boyle, not Broyle. Vetrano, Sevior, centering Boyle, and then Noel Achari, I think is it, and then Jace Howerlook. So, it's fine. Their bottom 6 is okay. It's nothing spectacular for a bottom 6, but they've, got really, really good players. And then on defense, they still have Aaron Ekblad and Keith Yandel. That's a great top pairing. Matheson and Strawman, really pretty decent second pairing. And then Pysyk and Brown. So that's where it starts to fall off is Brown. Matheson, probably you would like him to be your third pairing defenseman. In the perfect world with Pysyk. Pysyk could even be upgraded, but, it is what it is. In goal, they've got Bobrovsky, but Chris Dreiger is their starter. He probably played the last game of the season. So Bobrovsky is probably going to be the guy we're going to face, which is going to suck. Scratch, nobody really of note. Henrik Borgstrom, maybe. If you're a Panthers fan, maybe some of these guys mean something to you. Not to me. They're not going to see the ice during this series. So let's go ahead and jump into what our lines are. We've got Skinner, Eichel, Johansson. This was the line that kind of started to click right at the end. Sam Reinhart with Howell and Olofsson. Sam Reinhart really did start driving a line there. Sheary, Oposo, Wilson. So, if you look at it, we got Skinner, Eichel, Reinhart. They have those 2 extra 85s, but I don't know. They have the better top 6 than we do. But, as far as everything else, it's relatively even. Wilson, Oposo, Sheary, Saboka, Eakin, Girgensons. On defense, we've got Dahlin and Ristolainen, Montour, McCabe, Miller, Jokiharju. So we have more depth, I would say. They definitely have, I think Strawman is like an 83, so I wouldn't say he's definitely better than Montour and or Miller. But first pairing is pretty similar. 88 Risto versus 88 Aaron Ekblad, and then 85 Dahlin versus 86 Yandel, so that's fine. And then in goal, we've got Ullmark and Hutton. Ullmark is hopefully going to be our starter because he had a good season. Hutton, it was okay. But they definitely have the edge in goaltending, so we'll see how we do. This is our first time in the playoffs. I was not exactly expecting to make the playoffs. I just wanted to have a good season. The Sabres are on pace for a pretty decent season. 80-something points I think we're on pace for in real life. But in this, we're in the playoffs, and that's what matters. So game number 1 is in Florida. Let's get our playoff career underway as a general manager. First period, we already have a power play. Can't capitalize on it, but the shots are in our favor, which is always nice to see. Second period ends up with a 1-1 tie. Sevior scores shorthanded. Kyle Oposo nets one past Bobrovsky at even strength, and now we head here into the third period. So far through the first 5, shots are just about even. Florida does seem to have tied it. I didn't check at the end of the second if they came back on the second or have come back here in the third. But with the power play, they only got 1 or maybe 2 shots on it. But right now it looks like they are getting the better half of this second period. But it doesn't matter because Rasmus Dahlin gives us the lead and no shorthanded goals there. So Florida has yet to score with 5 men on the ice in this series. We win 2-1. A big game from, I believe, Ullmark's in net. Yes, he is. Sergei Bobrovsky can't fault that. And Sevior with the shorthanded goal gets it there, even though we had Dahlin or Oposo. I guess neither of these guys had a fantastic game. A shorthanded goal maybe gets it. And a little pandering towards the home crowd. But I don't care because we are up 1-0 in the series with a good 2-1 win on away ice. Excuse me. Got to win at least one road game in every series. Win all your home games, and you're gonna go through. Especially if you're the team that isn't the higher seed, like this instance with us. So in game number 2, the first period goes like this: 0-0. Same amount of shots for us, but this time they get 13 instead of 8. In the second period, still similar, except we did pretty good in shots. 13 shots for us that period, where they only had 7. Still 0-0. A really tight series. Love to see it. These are exciting. And Malgin on that, I think, 4th line center scores on Linus Ullmark at even strength. But our power play gets an opportunity. Cannot strike. First line has been quiet. I mean, I know there's been a very few amount of goals in this series. That's the 4th goal in the series. But 2 power play opportunities. We should have gotten a goal. But Brandon Montour equalizes for us with 4:33 left in the period. Now with 90 seconds left in the period, it looks like Sam Reinhart is going to win us the game. With just 16 seconds left, Sam Reinhart gets us another 2-1 victory on the road. The shots outstandingly in our favor. I'm not saying Ullmark had a bad game. He had a great game, but Bobrovsky cannot be blamed for the loss there for Florida. Sam Reinhart coming up clutch there on that second line. That is fantastic. That is why he's down there on line number 2, is to spread out some of the talent. Sheary, another point. Good for Sheary. Defenseman chipping in too. Guys that you wouldn't expect, but Sam Reinhart is leading the team right now in points. A guy I want to see get some points is that Jack Eichel-Jeff Skinner combination. Marcus Johansson's up there as well to be just another passer for those guys, because I know he passes a lot in this game. Doesn't really shoot a ton. But I know guys like Jack and Jeff shoot a lot, so hopefully that's going to result in goals. They are also going up against Ekblad and Yandel for the most part, when they can control it probably. But now we can get to control our line changes. So let's see how the first period here at home does. And it turns out Jake McCabe wants to make the home crowd happy. I would be in the crowd right now, and I would be very happy with a 1-0 lead after 1. But the second period changes nothing. No change to my emotion. Still up 1-0. Still probably pretty happy. 26 shots to 27. Really does look like we are controlling the pace of play. But just as I say that, Connolly on the second line kind of dissed him beforehand, saying he's not quality enough to be on that second line. He equalizes, but we get a power play opportunity. Oh my God, that was such a long power play opportunity, and we can't score. But now we give away a power play, but are able to kill off. Penalty kill does its job. 2 minutes to go here in the period. Shots much in our favor. With 1 second left, nobody's going to score. So now we're into overtime. And what has been a really, really tight series. We got a power play in overtime in the playoffs, and we can't score. And then we give Florida a power play, and they can't score on the power play. Neither team's power play has done it, but Jack Eichel has. He comes in up clutch in overtime, and we are up 3-0 in this series. Another 2-1 victory. Wow, it's been awfully tight. I mean, shout out to Linus Ullmark, who's been absolutely insane this series. I mean, both goaltenders have been insane this series. They are stifling. These defenses are stifling. I mean, our leading point getter has 3 points in these 3 games. It's point per game still, but usually you've got guys that put up over a point per game in the playoffs, because there's usually more than 2 goals. 3 straight 2-1 wins see us with an opportunity to go through here on home ice. I'd take any kind of victory, however way, shape, or form it wants to come. I would take a victory right now in game number 4 and just get this series over with. And Victor Olofsson's going to score 11 seconds, and that's his first career playoff goal. I didn't even have time to launch the intro for this game, and Olofsson has already gotten us off on a fantastic start. That build, you guys better believe that Buffalo would be absolutely nuts right now. First period, holy crap. And just as I give a compliment to the goaltenders, we have a first period that includes 5 goals, and thankfully 4 goals for your Buffalo Sabres. So Olofsson gets the party started, followed up shortly by Jack Eichel just 4 minutes later. 4 minutes after that, Kyle Oposo scores. 30 seconds after that, Ekblad scores. And then another 9 minutes later, Kyle Oposo gets his second of the postseason. A 4-1 first period sees a second period that has just 1 goal, but it is for your Buffalo Sabres. It is now 5-1 as Jack Eichel scores on Dreiger. He's their backup. Ooh, I wonder. Yeah, we scored on Bobrovsky. We chased him after those first 3. They put in Dreiger. I don't know how to say his name. Doesn't matter. Third period, 2 more goals go in on this guy. Henry Jokiharju gets, I think, his first playoff goal, and Vladimir Sobotka gets a goal as we Brazil Florida. 7-1. 4-0 in the series. And you know what? I know all those goals went in, and it's going to make Jack Eichel and Posto look great, but Linus Ullmark was fantastic for this round. He was just something special. Let's see who we're going to take on in round number 2. I mean, Kyle Posto, like I said, with the 4 points, he's 3 goals. I get it. He had his 2 in that game and 1 earlier. Plus, he's got an assist. But lots of days, man. If we had injuries or like rest was an actual thing, there we go. The current round of the playoffs is over, and it looks like we will be taking on Boston. Boston seems to have gotten past the Montreal Canadiens, I think is how it would work. Yeah, just a guess, because I think we're definitely behind Boston in the standings. But we will be taking on the Boston Bruins in the next round of the playoffs. Now, let me go ahead and just, I just want to look at Ullmark's stats. Like the stats for the roster, Sheary, you know what, Sheary, shout out to you. That third line is clicking. It's clicking right well. Jack Eichel up there with 3 goals. I'll take it. He did most of his work later on in the series. He did get that 1 in overtime. 2 game-winning goals, though, which is important. That's what you want to see out of your stars. 3 game-winning goals between our stars here. And then I believe 1 defenseman. Yeah, it was Rasmus Dahlin with the game-winning goal there. Jake McCabe with 3 points. Montour with 3 points. Dahlin with 2. Risto with 2. Good news is everybody was a plus. When you give up 4 goals in a series and then you score... Well, we had scored 6, and then we scored 13. So when you outscore them 13-4 in a series, you're probably going to have a lot of plus players. Just saying. You know, that's kind of how math works. Zemgus Girgensons was actually an even, so interesting. Interesting there. But in goal, the man of the hour, Linus Ullmark, 4 games, 4 wins, .968 save percentage, .97 goal against average. Jeez, that is ridiculous. 128 shots faced, 124 of those were saves. The dude played fantastic. He didn't get any points, though. Upsetting. I would like to see more out of Ullmark. Maybe if you can chip in with a couple of assists, that'd be great. Couldn't ask for more than that. I mean, I'm kidding, obviously. 4 games played, 4 wins. I'll take it in any way, shape, or form. Cody Eakin and Girgensons, the only guys to come out of that series without a point. Taking the most shots was... Rasmus Dahlin, interesting. I don't mind a defenseman that shoots and who's now an 86 overall as a 20-year-old with high elite potential. That bodes well for our future. Jeff Skinner and Jack Eichel, like I said, both guys that shoot the puck. I think a guy like Johansson does not shoot the puck. I mean, he shot it 8 times or 7 times. So that's just about 2 per game. But I'd rather have him passing to guys like Eichel and Skinner. Sam Reinhart does shoot a lot on that second line, which is a good thing, because Olofsson shoots an average amount. I wish he would shoot more because he's got a good one. Good shot. He's 82. Okay, medium top 6 still. So anyway, everybody's looking good. This was a really good series. 4-0. I can't be upset. It's a quick video, but hey, sometimes those are fun. Those are good for you guys. You get in, you get out, you watch me win, and then you go have a great day because Buffalo's on to the next round against Boston. But I will see you guys in that video. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.